Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, for this video, I was thinking I would talk a little bit about plants, or more specifically, Lego plants, by doing a tutorial on the trees that I used for my city park, which I will now give you a closer look of. And also talk a little bit about how plants will be affecting the city layout very soon with some secret projects that I have going on, which I will give you a bit of an insight for at the end of the tutorial. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. All right, so before I start dismantling this tree so that we can sort of analyze all of its parts, I should note that it's very, very sturdy. Like I can take it like this, shake it, and it won't fall apart. So that's quality building right there, everyone. So a little bit about the history, I guess, of the trees that I've used. It's sort of a mishmash of two different designs. The trunk of the tree is based on the trunk of the tree in the modular Lego bookshop that we got a few years back. And then the leaf method of the tree is based on a design by the very, very talented HarrisBricks, who has posted a tutorial, I think, on how he did this. But I wanted to go ahead and sort of show you guys what it is that I have done. So we're gonna divide the tree into sections and analyze it, starting off with the very base. So the base of the tree is built out of 5 pieces. You have 2 of these modified plates that are really good for side building, and then a Technic brick, a 1x2 plate in between, and then as many cheese wedges as you want, sort of to give a bit of texture. I only added 1 for this base in particular, and then I added a few more on the sides, but those are stuck on the base plate, so I can't really attach them to anything unless I'm building on a separate square. And then from the base, we move to the trunk of the tree, which is built out of 3 main sections. We have a small side branch, a slightly larger side branch, which is this one, and then the middle core. So like I mentioned earlier, this tree is built very similarly to the trunk of the tree in the modular bookshop. So if you want a little bit more details on how this is built, you can feel free to check out those instructions, but I will do my best to explain the process here. So this base trunk is built out of these Technic pins, which have pins on both sides and a little axle hole in the middle. And then I've simply attached the linkers to them and then sort of lengthened them as much as I saw fit and needed for the design of the tree that I wanted. It is very important that you have 3 of these holes because it's important for the rigidness of the tree itself. And so what I have done is, for the first side branch, it is simply a bunch of the linkers connected and then 1 linker with an axle bit in the middle, and that allows me to connect it to the main trunk portion. And then the other one has 2 bits in order to fit into the other 2 remaining holes of the main trunk piece. And then this allows me to have 4 ends of a branch to create little foliage clumps, if you will. And then the extra 2 pins at the bottom are simply to attach it to the base. And now this is ready to be placed on a base plate. Now, the foliage bits for the tree are very part heavy. And by that I mean it uses a lot of parts, like a lot, mostly leaves. But once they're installed, they look so good. This is what it looks like when it's completely built. So we're gonna create 3 or 4 of these and then attach them to the trunk. And I will now explain how these are built. So the first step is to create 9 of these little guys, which I like to call leaf clusters, which are basically 2 leaves stuck together with a little flower at the top and then placed on a regular stem piece, just like that. And I've used 2 leaves here, 2 leaves here, and then for space reasons, just 1 leaf at the bottom. And so like I said, we need to create 9 of these. So after we've built those 9 little pieces, we have to create 3 of these ones, which will be our little branches. So this is another stem piece in brown with 3 little brown flowers and then 3 little green flowers, to which we will attach 3 of our little leaf clusters. And so once we've built the previous bits, we should be able to create 3 leaf clusters, just like these. So in order to attach our leaf clusters to the tree branch itself, we need to create sort of a branch node piece, which is built like this. It's very similar to the previous one, only instead of adding a little green flower at the end, we've added green leaves, mostly for stability reasons. And so once you have this, you can simply attach the little leaf clusters like so. And we'll attach all 3 of them. And now we have our little foliage bit. Depending on how you want to display these, you can either do 3 or 2. As you can see, I've eliminated the third one by just placing leaves. It's merely an aesthetic choice of how you want to set up the trees in your city and such. You could also do 3 and 3, or maybe 3 and 1. It really comes down to you. And so then what we do is we take the trunk and then we add the little leaf clusters onto the little holes. And so once they've all been placed, we end up with a very luscious tree that looks very, very nice and gives off quite a bit of shade for minifigures, if I do say so myself. As you can see, the design is very realistic looking. It's also very aesthetic. I'm very, very happy with how these look, and I'm looking forward to adding more of these to the city. So, as I mentioned earlier, trees will not be the only plants that I plan to incorporate into the city. I've been working on a fun little project behind the scenes that I will share with you now. So this is the city's new botanical garden, complete with greenhouse, fountains, and several different plants from across the Lego world. Obviously, I do not have the pieces to build this yet, but the design is pretty much complete, and I'm very, very, very excited to start work on this massive project. I will have to do some layout changes, move some buildings around here and there, but it will be happening in the future, and I honestly cannot wait to share the whole process with you guys. So, that is it for this video. I hope you found the tutorial useful, and I hope you are as excited as me for the upcoming projects for the city. I really, really cannot wait to see it change and grow and just alter and become something super, super fun. I have also placed an order for the missing pieces for the fun fair, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!